But we'll start out on the back. So if you want to go ahead and get yourself there on your back, you can do that. Today's class is going to be a lot of twists, a lot of twisting. So post-holiday indulgence, perhaps for most of us, certainly me, I will say. Twists really good for just kind of wringing everything out, wringing out the toxins, releasing everything. So we'll do lots of twisting today. Hopefully you should feel pretty good. So go ahead and come down onto your back as you're comfortable, and you can have your feet planted down on your mat, or you can you bring the soles of the feet together into Supta Baddha Konasana. That's a good place for you to start. If you have blocks, you can take blocks underneath the knees if that feels good. Sometimes hips, groin can feel a little bit vulnerable to start out there like that. And as you come on down onto your back, just go ahead and take one palm to your belly, one palm to your chest, to your heart. Let's take a few deep breaths here together. So close your eyes, settle in, feel the weight of the backs of the shoulders, the weight of the background of the head, release down onto your mat. Take a nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. Belly rises, chest rises, open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Do that again, nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose, feel the chest, the belly rise, the palm lifts as you inhale. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out, let it go. One more, just like that. Nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. Sip in a little bit more air when you get to the top. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And then take one moment here before we start moving and set an intention for your practice today. So that can be anything for you. I remember when I first started practicing yoga, and the teacher would say to set an intention. I didn't really know what that meant. So if that's you, it could be as simple as to just bring a little extra awareness to your breath today. It could be as simple as you're going to commit to yourself, setting the intention to remind yourself to come back to your breath, to come back to your body when you find your mind wanders elsewhere during this practice. It could be something more specific, an intention to honor where you're at. If you know you have a tendency to kind of maybe push yourself and feel a little tired, a little depleted after class. It could be the opposite, maybe an intention to just kind of push yourself a little bit today, in the sense of, you're looking to kind of energize and want to bring that to your practice. So taking a moment. And then if your soles of the feet are together, the knees are open, gently take your hands to the outsides of the thighs, bring your knees to come together. Come on into a figure four on your right side. So cross your right ankle over your left knee. Good. You can stay here with the left foot planted, or you can lift the left foot up off your mat, bringing the left knee in towards the chest. Take a few breaths here. And as you lie here, do flex that right foot. So you're curling the right toes back towards the right kneecap, keeping the right foot nice and active. Breathe into the sensation in that outer right hip. Good. And then lower your left foot down if you lifted it up off of your mat. Keep your figure four. Lift your hips swivel them slightly over to the right. And then lower your figure four on over to the left. So as you lower that down, the right foot plants down. The right knee is still pointing up towards the sky. And the outer edge of the left thigh and the left knee comes down. So you're in this figure four twist position. A couple different options with the arms. You can cactus arm that right arm out to the side, elbow bent, right palm facing up. With your left hand, you could grab onto that right ankle and then turn your gaze out over that right shoulder. Or I like to sometimes press the left palm gently to the inside of that right thigh, pressing the right knee away from you. So a little twist, but also getting really into the sides of the waist here, sides of the hip. Gazing out over that right shoulder. Take one more breath here. Good, and then make your way back to center. You can extend that right leg up towards the sky just for a breath. Lower the right foot down, come into your figure four on the left side. You can stay right here if this is enough for you, or you can lift that right foot up off your mat, pulling the right knee in towards the chest. a little bit from side to side, perhaps. Keeping that left foot flexed, so you're curling the left toes back towards the left kneecap. Breathing into the stretch, the sensation in that outer left hip. And then plant your right foot down. Lift your hips, swivel them slightly over to the left, and then lower your figure 4 over to the right. So the left foot plants down, left knee is still pointing up towards the sky. Outer edge outside of that right knee and leg comes down towards the mat. And then you can gently press the right palm to the inside of the left knee, pressing the right knee away from you. Cactus arm, that left arm, gaze out over your left shoulder. You can grab onto the left ankle with that right hand, whatever you did on the other side. Good, and then make your way back to center. You can extend one breath, that left leg up towards the sky, and then release lower down. Give both knees a hug in towards the chest, rock a little bit from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then rock and roll back and forth, up and down on your spine. You can take a couple rocks if it feels good. Eventually make your way right up over the knees, come to a tabletop. As you find yourself in a tabletop position, shoulders are up over your wrists, hips are up over your knees. We'll thread the needle, simple twist. You can inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, thread the right arm through the left, bring the outside of the right shoulder down to the mat. Right palm faces up towards the sky, right side of the head comes down to the mat. Tense your left fingertips, and then use your tension left fingertips to start to stack and roll your left shoulder to twist on top of the right. Just one more breath here, breathing into the twist, breathing into the sensation in between your shoulder blades. If you can feel the twist from the sides of the waist, wringing out the waistline. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale, release back to center. Left side, thread the needle, inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, thread it through, left palm facing up towards the sky, left shoulder, left side of the head comes down. Tense your right fingertips, start to stack and roll your right shoulder to stack on top of your left. Good, take one more breath here, feeling the twist in between the shoulder blades. And then on your next exhale, release, make your way back to center. Find yourself in your tabletop position, setting up for downward facing dog. Walk your palms forward about 2 inches, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find yourself in your first down dog, feet are hips width distance apart. Sitting bones are reaching high up towards the sky. You can keep a bend in your knees so you feel more length in your spine. Good, from your down dog, take an inhale, round yourself forward, roll it out to a plank, and then tap your knees down on your mat, lower all the way down onto your belly, keeping your elbows in as you lower. Untuck the toes, press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, roll up to baby cobra, reach your sitting bones back towards the heels. Exhale, press yourself right back through bent knees, and then all the way up into your downward facing dog. From down dog, take an inhale, lift your heels up nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step it up to the front of your mat, feet hips width distance apart. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Take a ragdoll here, gentle forward fold. Grab onto opposite elbows. Knees are nice and bent. Your chest, your torso is laying down on the tops of the thighs. Sway the torso out a little bit from side to side. Shake the head out, maybe yes and no. Good, release your palms from your elbows. Take an inhale, half lift, slide your palms up your shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head, find a flat spine. Good, exhale, forward fold, tuck your chin, soften it in. We're gonna come into a twist. If you have a block and you wanna take a block underneath your palm, especially early on in the practice, if the hamstrings feel a little tight, feel free to do that. Take your right palm down on your block or underneath your chest. Take your left palm back to your lower back with your fingertips pointing back. Press down into your right palm as you start to stack and roll your left shoulder to stack on top of your right. So you're twisting, opening up to the left. Keep both knees bent, and then press down into the right foot and start to move the left leg towards straight. So as you lift up on the left kneecap, moving the left leg towards straight, you might feel yourself getting into that outer line of the left hamstring a little more, IT band perhaps. If you can reach that left arm up towards the sky if you'd like. Take one more breath here, inhale. And then exhale, release back to center. Switch sides, left palm down underneath your chest, either on a block or on the floor. Right palm comes back to your low back, fingertips pointing back. Both knees are bent to start. Press down into your left palm, start to stack and roll your right shoulder on top of your left. Good. And now lift up on the right kneecap to start to move the right leg towards straight. As you straighten the right leg, you can feel the stretch, the sensation perhaps intensify a bit in the outer hamstring. Maybe reach that right arm up towards the sky. If you did so on the other side, one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, release through center. Slide the block out of the way if you're using it. Take an inhale, half lift, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, soften it. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the arms. Reach all the way up through your flat spine to come up to standing. And exhale, take your hands together at your hearts. Good. And then if you are playing the playlist, Zoom 39 today, you can go ahead and press play. I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, give you a moment to get to that. It's in the chat, Zoom 39. You can go ahead and press play, or if you're playing some other music that you have, you can do that. I'm gonna slide my mat back a tiny bit for you guys. Then once you're ready, bring your feet hips width distance apart. So we'll work with feet hips width distance. We're gonna flow through a modified sun C variation today. So go ahead and bend your knees, sink your hips down. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, weight back into your heels. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, up and over, dive down. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. You can slide your palms with your shins, lengthen forward. Exhale, take your hands to your mat, step your right foot back to a lunge, tap your right knee down. Take an inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, open twist, right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back on the diagonal. Good, plant your right palm down and then reach your left arm up towards the sky, simple twist, inhale. Exhale, release the left palm down to frame your front foot. Take an inhale, half Hanumanasana, draw your hips back, curl the left toes up off your mat, move the left leg towards straight. Exhale, bend the knee, shift it back forward into your lunge. Tuck the back right toes under. Inhale to lift the back knee up off your mat. Exhale to step yourself all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Good, take an inhale from down dog, round yourself forward, roll it out to a plank. As you exhale, we're gonna drop in knees, chest, and chin today. So you drop your knees, your chest, and your chin down towards the mat. So you're kind of like a little inchworm here. And then roll forward down onto your belly, baby cobra. Draw the heads of the arm bones back, press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, press yourself back through bent knees, all the way up, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, reach your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Good, exhale, float the right foot forward between the hands, lunge. Left palm stays down, reach your right arm up towards the sky, simple twist, open up, inhale. Exhale, release the right palm down to frame your front foot. Inhale as you press off your back toes, step up to the front of your mat, feet hips width distance apart, half lift to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, soften. Good, bend your knees, sink your hips down, other side, Utkatasana, chair pose. Good, exhale, Uttanasana, up and over, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your left foot back to a lunge, tap the left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, open twist, left arm reaches forward, right arm back in the diagonal. Plant your left palm down to the mat as you inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Inhale, draw your hips back, half Hanumanasana, move the right leg towards straight, curl the right toes up off your mat. Exhale, bend the knee, shift it back forward. As you inhale, tuck the left toes under, lift your left knee up off your mat. Step it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, round yourself forward, roll it out to plank. This time you take chaturanga on the left side. So your choice, knees are lifted or down, upper arms lower till they're parallel with the floor. Inhale, pressing through, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Good, take an inhale, reach your left leg up and back towards the sky. Exhale, float the left foot forward between the hands, lunge. Right palm stays down, left arm reaches up towards the sky, open twist. Good. Exhale, release the left palm down. Inhale as you press off, step to the front of your mat with feet hips width distance, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, swing the arms all the way to standing, take your hands to your heart, take a breath. Good, we're gonna flow through again, just like that full sequence. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend your knees, sink your hips. Exhale, Uttanasana, up and over, you fold down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, you half lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, step the right foot back to a lunge, tap your right knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, open twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Plant your right palm down, left arm reaches up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, release, hand to frame the front foot. Inhale to draw your hips back, half Hanumanasana. Exhale, you shift right away back forward into your lunge. Inhale to tuck the back toes under, lift your back knee up off your mat. Exhale to step it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take it forward, round yourself out to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. A stronger pranayama, your sitting bones are up nice and high in the air. Inhale, roll through into baby cobra onto your belly. Exhale, press yourself back through bent knees, all the way up, downward facing. Inhale, your right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, float the right foot forward, lunge. Left palm stays down, right arm reaches, opens up towards the sky as you inhale. Exhale, hand comes down. Inhale to press off, feet hips width distance, step up to the front of your mat, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend your knees, sink your hips down, right away, other side. Exhale, Uttanasana, up and over. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, you step your left foot back, tap the left knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, you open up, left arm forward, right arm back. Plant your left palm down underneath your shoulder, reach the right arm up towards the sky as you inhale. Exhale, release the right palm down. Inhale, half Hanumanasana, you send your hips back, move the right leg towards straight. Exhale, bend the knee, shift it forward right away into your lunge. Tuck the back toes under, inhale to lift your left knee up off your mat. Exhale, you step it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take yourself forward, round it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees are lifted or down, upper arms lower till they're parallel with the floor. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog, choice is yours. Exhale, downward facing dog, you lift your hips. Inhale, right away, left leg lifts up and back. Exhale, float the left foot forward, lunge. Inhale, right palm stays down, left arm reaches up towards the sky, open twist. Exhale, release, left palm down. Inhale, you press off, feet hips width distance, step up to the front of your mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, soften it. Bend your knees, sink your hips down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, swing the arms all the way to standing. Take your hands to your heart, close your eyes, take a full round of breath here. Nice deep inhale, fill up. Nice deep exhale, let it go. We'll take one more round, moving at half a breath per pose. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips. Exhale, up and over, take it down, out over your legs. Inhale, half lift, you lengthen. Exhale, your right foot steps back, tap the right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left arm reaches back on the diagonal, open twist. Inhale to plant the right palm down, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down to frame your front foot. Inhale, half Hanumanasana, you send the hips back, curl the left toes up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, shift it back forward into your lunge. Tuck the back toes under as you inhale, lift the right knee up off your mat. Step it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rounds you forward, take it out to your plank. Exhale, you drop in, your knees, chest, and chin, a stronger pranayama. Inhale, baby cobra, slither through down onto your belly, draw the heads of the arm bones back. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, float the right foot forward between the hands. Left palm stays down as you inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky, twist. Exhale, release the right hand down. As you inhale, feet hips width distance, press off the back toes, step it up to the front of your mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, soften it in. Bend your knees, sink your hips down, left side, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, up and over, take it down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, your left foot steps back to a lunge, tap the left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, open twist, left arm forward, right arm back. As you inhale, left palm plants down, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, release the right hand down to frame your front foot. Inhale, draw your hips back as you move the right leg towards straight, half Hanumanasana. Exhale, bend the knee, shift it back forward into your lunge. Tuck your back left toes under. Inhale to lift your left knee up off your mat. Exhale, step it all the way up and back, downward facing. Inhale, round it forward, roll it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, your choice, knees lifted or down. Inhale, pressing through, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, your left leg lifts up and back. Exhale, flip the left foot forward between the hands, right palm stays down. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down to frame the front foot. Inhale, you press off, feet hips width distance, step it up to the front of your mat, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, soften. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend your knees, sink your hips down, chair pose. Exhale, swing the arms all the way to standing, hands to your heart, close your eyes, nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. Nice deep exhale, let it go through the mouth. Good, so hopefully we're a little warmed up at this point. Go ahead and step your feet to come together, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, we're gonna open up to the right into a twist. So your left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back in a diagonal. Good, inhale again, gather the arms back up, come back through center. Exhale, open twist to the left, left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Good, inhale, come back to center, square off. Exhale, forward fold, dive it down, out over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms down, step yourself back to plank. Your choice, chaturanga, or you skip it and go straight to down dog. Knees can be lifted or down in your chaturanga. Come to baby cobra or upward facing dog, you choose. And then exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Settle into your down dog for 3 breaths here. Holding in down dog, spreading your fingers, pressing into the outer edges of your palms. Good, really nice, guys. Beautiful, feeling a lightness through your hips, through your sitting bones, reaching up towards the sky. Finding more length in your spine, feeling the breath coming in, filling up, expanding the back body. Good. Really nice. Take an inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step it up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the arms, reach it all the way up to come up to standing. Good, exhale, take your hands together at your heart. Good, we're gonna cycle through that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, open to the right, left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back in the diagonal. Good, inhale, gather the arms up through center. Feel the twist coming from the sides of the waist, the lower pit of your abdomen. Exhale, open twist to the left, other side. Left arm reaches back, right arm forward. Inhale, gather the arms back up through center, using your obliques as you twist. Exhale, forward fold, dive it down, out over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the palms down, step yourself back to plank, lower your chaturanga, knees lifted or down. As you cycle through, inhale, upward facing. Beautiful, exhale, downward facing, lift your hips. Take a couple deep breaths here in down dog. Once again, feeling the breath come in, fill up. See if you can feel the expansion slightly at the sides of the waist as you inhale. And then that slight contraction at the sides of the waist as you exhale. Okay, and then go ahead and tap your knees down on your mat. We're gonna come into a forearm plank. So you're gonna bring your forearms out in front of you. Have your shoulders right up over your elbows and your wrists in line with your elbows as well. Spread your fingers, press your palms down. Go ahead and step your feet back once you're ready into your forearm plank. So have your feet hips width distance apart. Plug your big toe mounds in towards the mat. And then lower your hips down so that your sitting bones are in line with your shoulders. Reach your sitting bones back towards your heels. There's a little bit of a tuck of the pelvis, a little bit of a lifting of your frontal hip points towards your lower ribs. Good. And then from here, you're going to keep both forearms down. We're going to come into a twist. You're going to roll over onto the outer edges of your feet. Spin your toes to point towards the right. So as you roll over onto the outer edges of the feet, spin the toes to point towards the right. You're twisting here, lifting up on that underneath left side, feeling the obliques activate as you twist. One more breath here. Good. Come back through center. Other side, spin the toes to face towards the left. Lift up on that underneath right side. Pull the chest forward through the hands at the same time. Check in that you're still breathing. Take one more breath here. Good. Make your way back to center. Take two more breaths here. If you want to tap your knees down at any time, feel free to modify with the knees down. One more breath. Nice deep inhale. Fill up. Good. As you exhale, everyone tap your knees down on your mat. Untuck your toes. Drop the hips down, press into the tops of the feet. You're coming right up into Sphinx pose here. Good. So as you find yourself in Sphinx pose, really important to reach your sitting bones back towards your heels. Lengthen your tailbone away from your lower back. Notice as you do that, can you feel how your lower abdomen turns on to support your low back? So there shouldn't be any pain, any crunchiness in your lower back here, ideally. Continue to press into the tops of the feet. Keep the feet really active. Try to press more into the pinky toe side of the foot. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into a little twist. So to start, you're going to bring the right knee into a half frog pose. You're going to bend your right knee and slide the right knee up so that your right knee is in line with your right hip and your right ankle is in line with your right knee. Good. And then from here, you're going to tense your right fingertips right where your right palm was. And you're going to thread the left arm through, kind of like that thread the needle we did at the beginning of class. Thread the left arm through the right with the left palm facing up. Bring the left shoulder down towards your mat. Good. And then like you're opening up, like you're opening the pages of a book, you're going to open that right arm up until it finds the floor back behind you, right palm facing up towards the sky. So you're rolling back onto your back into this twist. And then you could stay here with the left leg extended, or for me, it feels better on my lower back to bend that left knee and slide the left knee underneath your right knee so that both knees are stacked. So you can choose to keep it extended or stack the knees, gazing out over that right shoulder. One more breath here. Good. And then to make our way out, if you bent that left knee, you're going to extend the left leg once again. We're going to find ourselves back in that half frog pose. So take your time, slide yourself back around so that you can get those right fingertips tented. Lift up enough so that you can plant that left forearm back down into your Sphinx, and then replace the right forearm down. So you're back in Sphinx in that half frog pose, and then you can extend the right leg back out behind you. So we'll come into this on the other side now. So set yourself up at center first. Really important to keep that action of your sitting bones reaching towards your heels, the lift of the lower abdomen, lift of the lower belly supporting you, and keep that all the way through our twisting sequence that we'll come into. So left side, you'll bend your left knee into that half frog pose. Left knee is in line with your left hip. Left ankle is in line with your left knee. And then to come into the twist, you'll tense your left fingertips right where your left palm was so that you can lift yourself up and thread that right arm through with the right palm facing up towards the sky, bring the outer edge of the right shoulder down. Good, and then like you're opening up the pages of a book, you roll yourself open, rolling your chest open, roll down onto your back, then roll that right arm open to the side, right palm facing up towards the sky. I don't have enough space to show that here because I'm right up against a wall, but hopefully you're not. Good, so gazing out over that left shoulder. And then if you bent both knees on the other side, you can go ahead and bend that right knee, stack it underneath the left knee. Left arm is extended, gazes out over that left shoulder. Take one more breath here in your twist. And then as we start to come out, if you bent the right knee, you're going to go ahead and extend the right leg once again. You're going to slowly unwind yourself so we come back into that half frog pose. So you'll lift up onto the right forearm and then the left forearm. So you're back in Sphinx in half frog, and then we'll slide that left knee back. Coming back to simple Sphinx pose one more time. Take a couple breaths here this time in Sphinx. So again, actively pressing into the tops of your feet, weight more into the pinky toe side of the foot. Pull the chest forward through the hands. If you have a little more space to go here in your upper back, you can maybe open the palms slightly, press down into your palms, and maybe start to move the arms towards straight. If there is any pinching, any pain, any tenderness in your lower back, please do not go here. This should not hurt your low back. If your belly, your abdomen is supporting you, you're lifting into the upper part of your spine. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Let's lower all the way down. Take your forehead to your hands just for a breath to settle here in neutral, laying on your belly. And then take your hands by your sides, press yourself back into a child's pose. Take a couple breaths here in child's pose, just releasing that back bend. Maybe rock the hips out a little bit from side to side. Okay. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and make our way back up into downward facing dog. Okay. From your down dog, let's take an inhale to lift your heels nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step it up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. And exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, soften it. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the arms, reach it all the way up to come up to standing. And exhale, take your hands together at your heart. Okay, and then we'll take a nice wide step out to the side of your mat. So step whichever way you need to so that you can still see your screen or see whatever you need to see. Maybe turn away from me if you don't need to see me. Good, then we'll come into warrior two on the right side. So spin your right toes to face towards the short side of your mat. Spin your left toes so that they point in slightly. Check in, right heel is in line with the back left arch of your foot. Reach the arms out, bend your right knee until it tracks out over the ankle. Come on down into warrior two. So you'll notice, right, as you bend the knee, you'll notice if you feel like you can keep bending past the knee, right? And if you're there, that's a sign that you want to lengthen your stance. So you'll inch your toes forward. You'll notice if it feels like too far to bend the knee so that it tracks right over the ankle. That's a sign you need to shorten your stance, inch your toes back. Finding that sweet spot here. Then relax your shoulders down. Let your gaze soften out over those right fingertips. Take just a few breaths here. So really focusing here on drawing that right knee back. And as you draw the right knee back, right, can you feel your right sitting bone directing back towards your left heel? As you do that, your left frontal hip point comes forward just ever so slightly here. Good, take just a couple more breaths here. With each inhale, can you feel more length up through the crown of your head? With each exhale, can you feel your feet pressing, descending down into the ground, into the earth beneath you a little bit more? Okay, taking one more breath here. And making our way into triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. If you have a block, you really like to use it, have that handy to the outside of that right shin. You're gonna press down into the right big toe mound, lift up on the right kneecap, move the right leg towards straight, swivel your right hip back, reach out, lengthen forward on your right side, take your right palm down to a block, to the shin, to the floor, whatever works. Right palm should be right underneath your right shoulder. And then reach the left arm straight up towards the sky today as we start here in triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Good, so as you find yourself here in triangle, pose that we do nearly almost every class, many times, right? But today I want you to imagine as though your torso, your side body here, like it was between two planes of glass or two walls. You had a wall right in front of you and a wall right behind you. And you're just kind of on your side in between these two walls. And then imagine as though you could gently press that top left palm into the wall in front of you. And as you gently press that left palm forward, can you roll back, leaning back into your shoulder blades? You're actually finding more of a twist in this pose here. And then imagine as you lean back into your shoulder blades, like you're leaning back into the wall that's behind you. Good. Good. And then take that top arm, reach it back, reach it towards the back of your mat. Reach it down across your chest and then scoop it up overhead. Take another breath here, again, focusing on the twist in your upper back, the rotation, rolling that lower right side of the rib cage around towards the side wall, up and under that top arm. Good. Taking one more breath here. Then bring your gaze down towards the front right foot. Press into your feet, circle the top arm down and back to come back up through standing. And then we're gonna bend that right knee back down again into warrior two for a moment. Coming into side angle, start to reach your right fingertips forward, lengthen out on that right side. If you've got a block, once again, block is to the outside of the foot this time, so slightly forward more. Hand to the outside of the foot, or if the block or the floor is not accessible, you take the right elbow to the right thigh. Good, and then right away, go ahead and reach your left hand towards the back of the room. Reach it down across your chest and then scoop it up overhead. Good, so here too, can you find the twist today? Can you focus today in this pose on the twist? So very important to still keep that right knee drawing back. So check in that your right knee is not knocking inward. But really focus on rotating that bottom right side of the rib cage up and under that top arm. Leaning back into your shoulder blades, you're opening up more towards the sky. And continue to firmly press into that outer back left side of the foot. Take one more breath here. Good, bring your gaze down towards the front foot, circle the top arm down and back, make it up through standing. Take an inhale to straighten that front leg, reach the arms up towards the sky. We're gonna switch sides with your feet, so spin your toes the other way. Spin the left toes to face towards the short side of your mat, right toes to point in slightly. Bend the left knee, take it right into warrior two on your left side. So settle in, do a few quick checks, front heel in line with back arch. Left knee is tracking right over the ankle, drawing back so that you can see about your first two toes as you gaze down. And then take a few moments to just be here in this pose. Focusing on the long, steady, smooth, deep quality of your breath. Relaxing your shoulders down, letting your gaze be soft over the front fingertips. Continuing to lengthen your tailbone away from your lower back. Being here in this pose for a few moments. And you guys stay. I'm going to come out. Good. These look really nice, guys. Beautiful. Let's start to make our way into triangle. Press into the left big toe mound. Lift up on your left kneecap. Move the left leg towards straight. If you need to shorten your stance, many of us do in this pose, you can go ahead and do so. Swivel your left hip back. Reach out. Lengthen forward through those left fingertips. Take it down into triangle. Utthita Trikonasana on the left side. Block is a great idea, especially when we're working this rotation, this twist today. You may find if you prop yourself up on a block, you get a little more space to find that rotation, and then maybe you can play around with taking the block away. Good, so reaching the right arm straight up towards the sky to start. Imagine again, bearing with me, like you have a wall right in front of you and a wall right behind you. And you're just kind of balancing on your side in between these two walls. And now imagine like you could press that top right palm gently into the wall that's right in front of you. And using that resistance of the right palm pressing to roll back, leaning back into your shoulder blades, roll the left underneath side of the torso underneath you. Again, leaning back into the wall behind you like your shoulder blades could press and lean right back into that wall. Good, take your top right arm, reach it back, reach it down across your chest, and then scoop it up overhead. And as you do that, can you reach up more through your pinky finger as you reach forward, but press more into that outer back right side of the foot. And then continue to roll your torso up and under that top arm. Good. Taking one more breath here. Bring the gaze down towards the front foot. Press into your feet. Circle the top arm down and back. Take it up through warrior two. Come back up. And then bend that left knee. Once again, warrior two. Coming right into side angle. So reach forward through your left fingertips. And then either left elbow to the thigh, option one. Hand to a block at the outside of the foot, option two. Or hand to the floor, option three. Good, and then if you haven't already done so, you'll reach that top arm towards the back of the room, down across the chest, scoop it up overhead. Good, so today, once again, we're focusing on that slight twist in the torso, leaning back into your shoulder blades, rolling that underneath left side of the rib cage around towards the side. But as you do that, be really mindful of what's happening with that front left knee. For most of us, that left knee might knock inward. Can you continue to keep that left knee drawing back? As you draw the left knee back, you'll feel as though your left sitting bone could direct back towards that right heel. Good. Taking one more breath here. Good. And then press into your feet, circle the top arm down and back, come up through standing, move that left leg towards straight, and then spin your toes to square off towards the side. Good, and then we're gonna just step ourselves to the front of your mat, press your palms together, take a moment here at the front of your mat. We're gonna go ahead and step the feet to hips width distance once again. Bend your knees, sink your hips down, inhale Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, up and over your legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, go ahead and step your right foot back to a lunge, tap your right knee down. Good, returning to that sequence we did earlier, inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, open twist, right arm forward, left arm back. We're gonna stay here this time for a few breaths. Good, so as you press down into the front part of that left heel, lift up on that underneath left side, and then continue to reach back, extend back through that left collarbone. Right collarbone is broadening towards the front of the room. Take one more breath here. Then bring your gaze forward to that front right palm. Watch the right palm as it plants down underneath your right shoulder. Reach that left arm up towards the sky. Good. Tuck your back right toes under. Option to lift the right knee up off your mat. Holding here for a breath this time in your simple twist. Take one more inhale here. Good. Exhale, release the twist. Release the hands to frame your front foot. Tap your right knee down. Coming into that half Hanumanasana, this time we'll hold for a few breaths. So start to draw your hips back, flex the right foot, curling the right toes back into the left foot, curling the left toes back in towards you. Good, so half Hanumanasana, we'll be here for a few breaths. You can stay upright, keeping the length in your torso, keeping your gaze out over just beyond those front left toes. Or you can tuck your chin and start to fold forward out over that left leg. If you have blocks, sometimes it helps to take blocks underneath the palms here to lift yourself up a bit more, especially if you're tighter in your hamstrings. You do want to make sure that your hips are right over that right knee. So take just another breath or two here. Good. And then from here, we're going to keep the right fingertips down, but you're going to tense your right fingertips, or if you have a block, you can take your right palm on a block. And we're going to reach the left arm back in a diagonal. So you're going to lift up here if you were folding and reach the left arm back in a diagonal. Good. So as you come into this little bit of a twist here, you should ideally really feel this in the outer line of your left leg, IT band, even kind of starting in that outer hip, running all the way down the leg, as well as in the outer line of your left hamstring. Good. Take one more breath here. And then release, take it back to center. You're gonna bend your left knee, shift it forward into your lunge. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee up off your mat as you inhale. Exhale to step your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Good. From down dog, take an inhale, round it forward, roll yourself out to a plank. Exhale, we drop in, knees, chest, and chin, a stronger pranam. Good. Inhale, rolling through baby cobra down onto your belly. Exhale, press yourself back through bent knees, all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, from your down dog, take an inhale, reach the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, flip the right foot forward between the hands, lunge. Left palm stays down, right arm reaches up towards the sky, simple twist. Good. From here, we're gonna bring our gaze down towards that bottom left palm. You might want to step the back foot in slightly. We're coming up into crescent, so you might want to step in slightly so you have a bit of a shorter stance. Put a little bend in your back knee. Come up onto your left fingertips, your untented fingertips, and then just gently press down into that right heel, so much so that you can get light on the bottom left fingertips. Open twist, left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back in a diagonal. Your shoulders are stacked right up over your hips. Good, and then you can maybe press that back left knee a little more towards straight, finding yourself here in your open twist for one more breath. Stay twisted towards the right, but take your palms together at your heart, and then hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, coming into a prayer twist on the right side. Always an option to tap that back knee down on your mat. It's too much to keep it lifted. Pressing the palms together at your heart, leaning back into your shoulder blades, spinning your fingertips back in towards you. This is a big pose. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Good. Exhale, release the twist, release the hands to frame your front foot. Come into a pyramid pose, press off your back toes, ground and turn out the back heel. Heel to heel alignment, front toes pointing forward, back toes pointing towards the top corners of your mat. Blocks underneath the palms are always a good idea. Just simple fold here. Take an inhale, lift your chest and lengthen. And as you exhale, forward fold, take it down, out over that front right leg. Good. We'll do trying to keep both frontal hip points pointing towards the front of your mat here. You're going to feel your lower back leveled off. You could balance a teacup or something on your lower back. Take an inhale, lift your chest halfway, lengthen your spine. Good, as you exhale, just a little bend in the front knee so that you can press off, step to the front of your mat, feet hips width distance apart once again. Bend your knees, sink your hips down, chair pose, Utkatasana. Good, so we're gonna come up in between sides this time, swim your arms all the way to standing, take your hands together at your heart. Last standing pose sequence, last side, left side, bend your knees, sink your hips down, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, up and over, take it down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, you find your length. Exhale, left foot steps back to the lunge, tap your left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, you open twist, left arm forward, right arm back on the diagonal, pause here. Good, extending forward through that left collarbone, reaching back, maybe your gaze comes back towards that back right palm. Take one more breath here. Then bring your gaze towards the front left palm. Take your left palm down underneath your shoulder, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Tuck your back left toes under, lift your left knee up off your mat. Take about 2 breaths here in your twist. Stacking the right shoulder on top of the left. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release, hands frame your front foot, tuck the back knee down. Tap the back knee down. Half Hanumanasana, you draw your hips back, you start to move that right leg towards straight. So a couple things as we come into half Hanumanasana and we hold here for a few breaths. The right leg absolutely does not need to be all the way to straight. So you want to be able to keep your hands down. The closer you walk your hands in towards you, and if you have blocks, the more you're going to be able to lift up and find some more length in your spine. And then with time, as the hamstrings open up, perhaps you're able to walk the fingertips forward more. Actively flexing that right foot, curling the right toes back in towards you. Staying upright here or tucking your chin and letting yourself fold forward. Do whatever you did on the other side. Take another breath here. Good. And then we'll inhale to lift up and lengthen. Coming into that twist, you might want to walk your palms back slightly. You might want to take a block underneath that left palm. And we're going to reach the right arm back on a diagonal. So as you reach that right arm back in a diagonal, once again, you should feel this in that perhaps your IT band, or even starting in that outer right hip and kind of running all the way down the outside of that right leg, certainly in the outer line of your right hamstring as well. Good. Take another breath or two here. And then release that twist. Make your way back to center, bend your right knee, shift it back forward into the lunge. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee up off your mat. Step yourself all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Feel free to stay here in down dog, or as you inhale, shift yourself forward, roll it out to plank. Exhale, you lower chaturanga. Inhale, pressing through baby cobra or upward facing. And exhale, downward facing, lift your head. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, flip the left foot forward between the hands to your lunge. Right palm stays down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Find your twist. Good. And then from your twist, bring your gaze down towards the bottom right palm. And then come onto tented fingers. So tense your right fingertips. Maybe step your back right foot in so that you have a little bit of a shorter stance and can bend that right knee. And you're pressed down so firmly into the front left heel that you get light on the bottom right fingertips. Bring your shoulders up over your hips. Reach the right arm forward, left arm back in a diagonal. You're up in a crescent twist. Good. Take a breath here in your twist. Maybe you start to press that back right leg a little more towards straight. Continue to lift your frontal hip points towards your lower ribs. Good. Bring your palms together at your heart. Stay twisted. Hook that right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Find your prayer twist. Always an option to tap the back knee down. Find the option that works for you. Good. Breathe in here. Can you lean back slightly into your shoulder blades? Perhaps spin your chest back in towards the chest. Spin your fingertips back in towards the chest. Spin your chest in towards the chest. That was a helpful cue for you guys, I'm sure. Maybe you smile a little bit. That can help activate your core muscles a little. Take one more breath. Inhale. Nice job, guys. Exhale. Release your hands. Frame the front foot. Good. Let's come into pyramid pose. Press off your back toes slightly so that you can ground and turn out the back heel. Heel to heel alignment. Right toes pointing towards the top right corner of your mat. Blocks are always a good idea underneath your hands. Take an inhale, lift up, find your length. As you exhale, fold forward out over that left leg. Good. And as you fold here, oftentimes the tendency is to really round, like we're trying to get our forehead to touch our knee or our shin or something. But instead, I want you to imagine like you could bring the tip of your nose towards your big toe. So as you move in that direction, you're still folding, but you're lengthening, you're extending your torso out over that left leg. So you're actually finding more length in your spine, more length in your torso as you get into that hamstring, as opposed to just kind of shortening and rounding out over the leg. Take an inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Little bend in your front knee so that you can press off the back toes, step it up to hips level, feet hips width distance apart, front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, you soften it in. Bend your knees, sink your hips down. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, swim the arms all the way to standing. Hands to your heart. Go ahead and step your feet to come together. You can close your eyes. Take a moment. We're going to come on down onto our backs on our mats. If you want to take a final half vinyasa, I probably would to get there. But if you don't, you can just come right on down onto your backs on your mat. If you're taking the vinyasa, take an inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, forward fold, take it down out over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step yourself back to plank, lower chaturanga, knees lifted or down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And then you can tap your knees down to come to a seat, or you can hop your way through. We will meet up in seated on our mats. So come on to a seat. Have your legs extended out in front of you. Okay. We'll come into a simple twist here. So left leg stays extended to start. Right knee bends. Take the right foot planted to the outside of your left leg. Good. And then you can choose to stay here with that left leg extended as we come into the twist. Or if you like to bend your left knee, take the left knee in. And then your right sit bone actually comes down and kind of presses into that left heel. Good. And then coming into the twist, you'll wrap your left arm around your right knee. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Take an inhale. And exhale, take it back behind you into the twist. Good. So we'll be here for a few breaths, maybe about 5 breaths. And as you breathe in this twist, see if perhaps with each inhale, you can find more length up through the crown of your head. And then with each exhale, can you revolve around that length? So twisting perhaps just a little bit more at the sides of the waist. Each inhale lifts you up through the crown of your head. Each exhale, you twist and revolve around that length. If you like to hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, feel free to go there if you haven't already. One more breath here, inhale. And then exhale, release the twist. Bring your hands over to the left side. Just plant your palms down. Unweight that opposite right hip just for a moment. Lower that down. And set up for the other side. So extend both of your legs out in front of you. And then you'll bend your left knee, plant your left foot to the outside of the right leg. Again, you can stay with that right leg extended in your twist, or if you like to bend the knee, then you'll bring that left sitting bone right down onto that right heel. I'll show this side with the leg extended. And go ahead and wrap your right arm around your left knee. Take an inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, take the left arm back behind you into your twist. Good. And taking your time as you come into your twist here. Gazing out over that left shoulder. Each inhale lengthens you up more through the crown of your head. Each exhale, you revolve more around that length. Maybe hooking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee if you did so on the other side. Good. Take just one more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, release the twist back through center. Bring the palms over to the right. Unweight that opposite left-right hip just for a moment. Good. And then you can just extend both legs. We'll make our way right down onto our backs. Come down onto your backs. Give your knees a hug in towards your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. You can come into a happy baby here if you'd like, or you can just start to peel your knees out towards the shoulders, towards the armpits. Then maybe grab your hands to the outer edges of the feet, flex the feet up towards the sky, happy baby. If you like to grab onto your big toes and extend the legs out from here, you can do that. You can just stay here in your happy baby, maybe rocking it out a little bit from side to side. And then go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to come together into Supta Baddha Konasana, into a butterfly, lowering the outer edges of your feet down to your mat. Take just a moment here. We just twisted, so come right into Shavasana from here. If you want to add on an extra layer, take a blanket or anything across you, anything you need for Shavasana. Take your fingertips to the outsides of your thighs, guide your knees to come together. And then extend your legs out on your mat, extend your arms by your sides. With your palms facing up. And as you settle in, coming down onto your back, take a nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And with that exhale, feel the weight of your body releasing down into the ground, into the earth beneath you. Allowing your body to go a little more heavy on the mat with each effortless exhale you let out. And taking these few moments here of stillness, these few moments out of your day to just drop into awareness. Drop into the awareness of what it's like to just be here, breathing in your body, on your mat, feeling whole, feeling complete as you are. Relax the roots of your thumbs, wiggle out the jaw. Let the skin all around the eyelids soften. Take these final few moments in Shavasana. And without moving, take a nice deep breath. Feel the belly rise as you inhale. And feel the belly button fall towards the spine as you exhale. And then invite some movement back in. Roll out your wrists, your ankles. And eventually maybe reach the arms out overhead. Taking a nice big stretch as you reach out, inhaling like it was the first stretch of your day. And as you exhale, drop in, go heavy on the mat. And when you're ready, make your way to roll over onto your right side. Spin your forehead down towards the earth. Keep your eyelids closed. Connect there a moment. And then with your eyelids gently closed, when you're ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And as you find yourself in a seat, take a moment here, sitting tall through your spine. Noticing the quality of your breath, the quality of your mind. And take your palms together at your heart. Tuck your chin, bow your head down, a moment in gratitude for this day, for your able body, for Zoom, for our ability to be able to share this class together, whatever else comes to mind. And then slowly open your eyes. Namaste.